screwed! You deserve to be screwed!
I want you to put the word out there that we back up. Understand me? We back up.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the appreciate everybody taking the time out of their night. I hope everybody enjoyed their Memorial Day. Of course, that was recently. Right now, we're going to be watching Western Conference Final Game 5. Can the Mavericks close it out to a gentleman's sweep to make their first trip to an NBA Finals appearance since 2011? Where they were victorious against LeBron James' first season on the Miami Heat. Dirk Nowitzki winning his first ever NBA title and the franchise ever first NBA title since losing in 2006 to the Miami Heat. With Dwayne Wade, that won league MVP, pump fake Edwards hits over to Towns from the mid corner. Can't follow through. I hope Towns does not have a good shooting night. It does not have a bad shooting night. My apologies. I don't have a dog in this fight. This is Western Conference. Pump fake. PJ Washington to the lane. Takes a contact over Jaden McDaniels. Let me get the score. I know I was a bit delayed. I apologize. I thought it was airing over on ESPN. Right now, Luka Doncic leads with already 10. He has scored the majority of offense for the Dallas Mavericks. Derek Lively checking back in. He was highly missed. His playmaking and contribution was a major reason how they've even went up 3-0 over the series with an insane field goal percentage, 13% from the field. He's been absolutely perfect when he's on the floor. Derek Lively, a very athletic, hustling big. Sure, he's not all a rookie first team, but he's an outstanding center, and he doesn't have a lot of faulty playmaking because he has so much good floor spacers. Conduct over the double. Luka Doncic has really exceeded everybody's expectations when it came to his defensive contributions. And a quick floater up, what the hell? And finally put back 2 over for Towns. That checked it into a bit of a deficit. High screen, illegal screen over by Derek Lively. So I got the invite right here over in the chat if you guys want to join when available. I know TRL was just recently live. YTC, anybody to talk about the game right now, 16-8. Luka Doncic already in double digits. Lively, Kyrie Irving, Luka, PJ, and Derek Jones Jr. will take over to the post. Mismatch for Rudy Gobert, muscling around the rim. He'll get it good and one. Rudy Gobert trying to redeem himself. Luka gesturing that he possibly elbowed him a tiny bit. Elbow right over to the chest, trying to create some space. Takes a bit of contact over Luka Doncic. Towns there actually trying to hustle on the play on the second chance bucket. Anthony Edwards, if you guys seen his post-game interviews or seen the way he's communicating over with his team, he is literally the heart and soul of this Timberwolves squad. And people forget how low-key good Slow-Mo is. Slow-Mo is such an X factor into his selflessness to just contributing off the ball and still creating for his own shot on offense. It's insane how good. Long range, 30-yard. Oh, I'm about to say, Luka Doncic, he's already over near 15 points in the first quarter, bro. We're barely even halfway in. Rolling high screen over Rudy Gobert down the lane. Oh, I thought he was going to give it baseline. Kyle Anderson through the lane, lobs it over on the post. Anderson with too much space. Lively with a hand up to slow it down. Over the up and under, no good. PJ Washington with a rebound. Trailing by 6 to lob to Live. Oh! Blowing the dunk is Derrick Jones Jr. You don't see that off a break. Kyrie Irving misses, but second chance redemption, no good. Derrick Jones Jr. had 3 chances to get a bucket in the paint, and he failed drastically, bro. Come on. Tween. Huss. Double screen down to kick it out. Oh, aggressive pass. But wow. What a block. Derrick Jones Jr. not having it. And that's a technical foul on Derrick Jones Jr. Aggressive. Oh, hell no. Rudy Gobert put a hand on the face. And that's going to be a technical foul. Rudy Gobert is going to get a free throw. And now a technical foul on Rudy Gobert as well. No way. If Rudy Gobert's out the game, that's going to be a major loss. They'll have to rotate small ball. Derrick Jones Jr. Jason Kidd trying to get in the middle of the situation. 16-10 at commercial break. So this has been a very, very cautious playoff. I saw literally coming out of the tunnel. Anthony Edwards was pretty calm and collective, saying now we're free. Now that the odds are more against them, I guess they have less time to try to, delay themselves and be less cautious and take the shots when needed. Heading into the remainder of the series, trying to stretch this over to a Game 7. Yeah, anybody welcome to join, guys. You think the Mavericks will try to choke? Hopefully not. That would be kind of a downscale, knowing they have to go through a very aggressive young team out of the Thunder in the second round, and a very experienced but a lack of depth over in the backcourt, in the front court, that they had to deal with out of the Clippers, that they pushed both to 6 games. So heading into this series, even with everybody fully healthy, a bit more tougher road ahead for the Mavericks and the Timberwolves than the Boston Celtics. That kind of gentlemen swept everybody that came through their path, except the Pacers that they finished in 4. That was the fastest series heading into the Eastern Conference Finals. Even the Miami Heat trailed them by double digits in Game 3. And I think it was Game 3 before they finish them off because of a lack of bodies, losing Terry Rozier and Jimmy Butler. And then Donovan Mitchell got injured. I feel like there's a pattern in this because I think Tyrese Halliburton got injured as well early in the playoff series with the Pacers. I mean, sure, it would have made a difference because we know that the Celtics were an odds-on favorite, but it looks like they were kind of with a chip in their shoulder with the injuries. Just saying. I'm not saying they were doing that on purpose, but, any way to win. Just saying. Nothing's wrong with that. If you can get it done, get it done. By any means necessary. Break his ankle. Mitchell Robinson doesn't need to walk. Took a commercial timeout after Derek Lively got caught up with a technical with Terry Rozier and Derek Lively. Oh, man, I'm still a bit disappointed, man. Ronald Acuna is out due to injury for the rest of the season, tearing his ACL, bro. What a shame, bro. He's such a great talent, man. Won the NL MVP with Shohei Ohtani before he went over to the Dodgers. And now he's injured for the rest of the year. I'm sure. I know the Braves are still a great team, in a very easy NL East. Inbound over by Anderson, hits over to Mike Conley. Rolling screen to Shea to switch PJ Washington. Now Karl-Anthony Towns stuck with Lively, takes a bit of the contact off the glass over the missed floater from the baseline. Rebound. And here's the handoff to Luka Doncic. 6 of 12, 5 of 14 Timberwolves. Cuts over on the post. Luka Doncic off his spot. Oh, but a ball got pickpocketed. Anderson to Anthony Edwards through traffic down the lane. And one through traffic. Kyrie Irving with the foul. Set of applause. Edwards will hit the extra point. Luka trying to post up. Easy pickpocket by Anderson. Edwards off a bit of a struggle to dribble, but still finished off traffic. And Kyrie causes the foul. See the excitement there for Kyle Anderson. Whitest name for a predominantly black team. And I remember when the Timberwolves had a lot of white players on it one time ago, when Kevin Love was there. I think this is still when Ricky Rubio was on the team. Up and under finish around the glass. Burgers the layup is Luka Doncic. Easy catch and go, kick out, corner three. And they just smoked that entire double-digit deficit they had over the majority of the first quarter. Now they only trail by over one, but Kyrie launches a shot to try to silence the home crowd. Do or die situation. Timberwolves need every type of run they can get. Kyrie pushes this back over to a 3-point deficit, rolls off the screen. Gobert off the dribble, takes it over the glass. Another and one. The frustration continues off the foul calls over an electric Timberwolves fan home crowd. Mavs can't let their emotions fault this, or the Timberwolves are going to be cooking like this all day, forcing over the mismatch over the paint, using the pick and roll to their advantage. And Rudy Gobert's got to take care of this because he's like 7'3". There's no excuse here. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay. I'm sorry. That's a concerning foul shot. I don't know why centers do this, bro. It's like now we're in a modern day where centers can now be a predominant 4 when they need to, like Karl-Anthony Towns. Like back in the day, you could just have him as a 5 that can shoot. Now you can transition him over to the 4, knowing that he predominantly shoots. Through traffic, Euros over to the lane. It was a lob to Lively. Luka with another assist. Bro, if he drops a 40 off a triple-double to eliminate the Wolves that beat the defending NBA champions, it goes insane. Rolls over the high screen. Gobert kicks out to Towns. Kyrie stuffing Anthony Edwards. Towns losing his dribble. Josh Green. Over for the lanes. Edwards kicks out over in the post. Hook shot missed by Rudy Gobert. Rebound to Lively, hits to Kyrie. Kyrie loses his dribble through the lane, splits over for the traffic, falls through, no call. Rudy Gobert well defends. While a bounce pass over the corner spot, easy for Conley, no good. Rebound to Lively. Luka will hit over to half court, finding Josh Green. Brilliant bounce pass to Green to PJ Washington. Trails this back over to 4, 22-18. Live watching it, guys. Hopefully I'm trying to just refresh because I know the live score is probably a bit more ahead of me, 24-18. So the Mavs scored another one off a miss. Oh, the ball goes nearly out of bounds. Great hustle play by Josh Green, bro. High screen off the roll. Step back, fading jumper. Oh, that's just Luka's bread and butter. And that's a 2. It's always a very great space and control that I'm sure a lot of unathletic players want to use in Luka Doncic's game. Conducts over the hook. Oh, spinning hook shot goes no good. Sorry, my fault, guys. I know there was there a timeout called? Replay over through traffic. Missing another bucket is Anthony Edwards. Through the lane, Jaden Hardy. Through Naz Reid. Up and under. Kick out. Through the lane. Nonchalant pass. Oh, it gets turned over by Naz Reid. You're trying to give to Daniel Gafford. Green has to switch. But a finger roll. Oh, my God. The blown finishes. PJ Washington. Towns just... Oh, Rudy Gobert can't finish how we did it earlier a few minutes ago. But a rolling high screen. Kyle Anderson stuck with Luka. Kyle Anderson got a steal off Luka before. We're rolling to switch. Oh, hell no. Bang! 3-pointer to trail this now by a 9-point deficit. Luka Doncic has been on fire. 9-0 run for the Dallas Mavericks after a cutback over the foul trouble they had. 27-18. Timberwolves back playing catch-up. Kick out again. Gobert. Extra pass. Anderson with a delayed shot. Nickeil Alexander-Walker can't finish. Rebound. Doncic hits to Washington. Doncic dribbling down the floor. And a rolling high screen. Spin move. 3. Luka Doncic. Oh my lord, bro. Oh my. What the hell? Luka's on fucking fire, bro. If he talks shit on Slovenia, everybody on the Timberwolves bus got to sit on the back. Like back in the day. I'm joking, of course. But Luka Doncic is going insane, bro. He does a spin move off the rolling high screen and then shoots a jumper off the pull-up. That is insane momentum. Oh. Oh. Gosh, man. I want to go over this, man. Luka Doncic has been prolific. We're 2 minutes, 22 seconds away from the end of the first quarter, bro. 20 points in the first quarter. Rudy Gobert was doing decent up the post, rotating over the switch, taking care of the mismatch that he had over Luka Doncic. But then just PJ Washington and Derek Lively are just knowing when he's going to roll over for the screen. And they're there for the help ball or wait for the kickoff. And they're just trying to cut off any chance of Anthony Edwards get into the bucket, get into the rock. So it's like the Mavs are there. They're trying to get there to stop the only offensive threat they know is going to catch heat. And that's Edwards. And Rudy Gobert just being the leading scorer is a major red flag if that's the case. Towns is also with 4 points. Luka's already the only person on the floor with double-digit points. Walker getting a major assist off Lively and with the boards, bro, it's insane. It's absolutely crazy what type of offensive monster Luka Doncic is, guys. That's insane basketball. And good IQ to utilize over in the screen. And he hit like a 30-yarder not that long ago after hitting that silencing 3-pointer. I'm very excited what he's going to do next. Or if he can keep over the momentum. Because the Mavs have been shown over the series to trail by like 15 and they'll be back over by 6, just like that. The Mavs have underrated depth. And they utilize that to their advantage. But we forgot how much good like depth the Mavs have as well, especially off the young guys they have over to the floor. Josh Green is hustling. The only thing like that's also fucking up the Mavericks is probably the way they're leaving out the perimeter for guys like Conley that can get open and make shots. Kyle Anderson that can push over and make shots. If Towns catches heat, if he can catch heat, because last game was his last good game after his atrocious game 3. They need a good offensive contribution from Towns, man. That's the only person that could actually make over the difference if Edwards is just not following through with his shots. Luka Doncic is just, oh my lord. I wish James Harden was like this, bro. If James Harden was like this for majority of his career, in the postseason, of course, man, the narrative would be completely different when he came to LA. I swear to you that. But this is very impressive. Luka Doncic is screaming like a madman. What, he only had one bad postseason performance around the Thunder? That's it? This guy's 24 points per game in a playoff series is somehow the worst Luka's ever performed, bro. And this is after finally getting that monkey off his back after beating a team he's never beaten in the playoffs, and that was the freaking LA Clippers that he's lost twice to. That's ridiculous. Coach is just, I don't know if he's looking dazed or is he already giving up mentality. Daniel Gafford's in. Jaden Hardy, that I was wishing got more minutes. Kick out over to Naz Reid. I don't have that tattoo yet. Oh, pit pocket over to the loose ball. Naz Reid kind of losing his dribble, and it's going to be a jump ball in the Mavericks and Timberwolves. Maxi Kleber's getting more time. I know there was a clip of him getting screamed at by everybody from Luka to Kyrie, PJ Washington. Like, he's just a team fuck up. I think they were talking to him about hesitating over his shot. I remember he had that game winner a few months ago, and then he's lacked minutes this postseason. And he's been a long-time center. Same thing with Dwight Powell. Like, long-time forwards on the team that were pseudo okay, but like, you wouldn't get much trade value. Next season is Seth Curry for no reason. I'm going to see Seth Curry on the Mavericks again. Dante Exum, low-key one of the best pickups the Mavs had. Shout out to him, polishing his game in the EuroLeague, by the way, man. I try to keep a bit of glimpses. I know he was on the Cavaliers for a quick minute, and then he went over to the EuroLeague. Oh, speaking of the EuroLeague, I think we got new champions. Giannis's brother won the Euro Championship. Good for him. Setback, fading jumper, over the wing. Oh my God, Edwards over the shot clock. Oh wait, shot clock expired. Sidestep, he jabbed. Jaden Hardy's there with a hand up. With only 0.5 seconds remaining. No, wait, did time expired like 0.5 seconds before he got the shot? Yeah, time expired. 18-30 shot clock violation on the Timberwolves. High screen off Luka Doncic. Towns is high pressing. Could he kick out over to Hardy? He'll find Gafford. Back to Hardy off the high rolling screen. Towns trying to pit pocket. Gets crossed. Loose ball over the dribble. Picked up over Jaden McDaniel. No, that's Alexander Walker. I swear. Oh, stolen. Luka. He swings over back to Hardy. Luka, what is Naz Reid doing? Oh, thank God. Anderson over the miss. Oh, trying to spin off the dribble. Luka Doncic just playing defense. This is probably the greatest. Oh, Green. What a pass. And a foul over by Naz Reid. Gafford's heading on the line. Draymond Green, fuck your advice, bro. That was an insane no-look reverse bounce pass by Josh Green, and Gafford gets on the line off the foul by Kyle Anderson. No, I think that was Alexander Walker. No, that was Naz Reid. They all look the same because they're wearing the jersey. Chill. I'm not trying to get canceled. Guys. Chill. (31-18). It's been a few minutes since the Timberwolves scored. 13-0 run for the Mavericks. Rolls back to Edwards from the perimeter. Maxi Kleber could be the mismatch Edwards been waiting for. Barbecue chicken, Chuck. Through traffic. Oh! Loose dribble off the ball. Gafford's calling it for his own. That's a foul. Edwards is heading on the line. (11 of 25). Dropping 29 with 10 boards with 9 assists, near and got fouled out, but still won game 4 to get them staying alive in the series. I need to get a pair of Anthony Edwards kicks. I'm not going to cap, guys. I go to the gym most times after work and stuff. So why not? I don't go crazy. Like once a few weeks, I get a pair of new kicks. And I know that sounds like an addiction, but at least I use them. It's for exercise, so why not? Lobs. Oh, Gafford could have kicked out to Kleber. He could shoot. Over the gap, through traffic, loose over the ball, trying to pit pocket. Nonchalant lob. Gafford picks it up and puts it back. And a two-handed jam by Daniel Gafford. Naz Reid through the lane, and he's not going to get a call. Well done defense. Luka holds over so he doesn't get Jose Alvarado'd. Yes, I got to call it that now. Somebody's just going to pull over half court behind you and just steal the ball. But a good bounce pass over from the wing for Kyrie to just do a good layup through the up and under. Barbecue chicken, Chuck. At the game clock, and that's going to expire. A great start for the Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic not pulling any punches. 35-19. Last shot made by Daniel Gafford, bro. Kyrie Irving. Outstanding momentum for the Dallas Mavericks. If they can keep this up, they got a ticket to the NBA Finals. It'd be crazy to see them, man. A bit of a short little distraction for a sec, folks. Should be nearing commercial break end soon. I'm gonna refresh the page to make sure I'm up to date. I don't want to be missing over points or field goals real quick. I mean, even if if it's delayed, at least I'll know how the bucket was scored. What the hell? We're back. Can the Timberwolves clean it up? Low-key? I feel like they can. First quarter is not always a determination for how a team's going to end the game, but it's not the Warriors. Yeah, what's with Luka Doncic trying a lot harder on the defensive end? They're pressing high over the perimeter for the handoff plays. That's what's killing them. Now Kyrie Irving, Alexander Walker. Oh, come on. Fading jumper off the baseline. You know that's Kyrie's bread and butter. Down the lane. Oh, a lobbing play. Pickpocketed over Kyrie. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Dallas Mavericks. It's going back to the Timberwolves. Oh, it's a loose ball for Rudy Gobert. Interesting. Oh, it was a kick out. Kleber for 3. Kleber gets the assist for Kyrie. What the fuck? Between the legs, Conley. Oh, somehow made that over Derek Lively. Up and under finish, an aggressive attack through the lane. Josh Green gets a finger roll, trails this by 19. McDaniels off the roll. You could have gave it to Gobert, but Conley's way too open. You could consider that a practice shot. No good. Conley. And that's a foul call on Lively. What? Do you guys agree that Anthony Edwards is going to be the face soon? I like Anthony Edwards, especially the Atlanta accent. June 6th will begin the NBA Finals. Celtics have a lot more prep time knowing how early they finished their series with the Pacers. The Pacers are like pieces away from being a great contender in the Eastern Conference. Just you wait. Exum, Lively in a good passing section. Now up the post, Kyrie Irving muscling his way. He'll get a foul. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. They're pressing always over that high handoff. It works because it just sets up better key spots, but the kickouts are just a lot better. Timberwolves offense always feels a lot more improvised. That can be good and bad because there's nothing wrong with doing a play over on the fly. But it's only if it's not working. We know how much ESPN has doubted the dynamic duo of Kyrie and Luka working because Kyrie being the major factor because of his personality issues. Even though it's been predominantly circumstances, especially with his health, of course, the pandemic, that to be honest, Kyrie was in the right, making it his own call for health reasons, and that just couldn't work over in the status quo. Kyrie Irving, blistering pit. No fucking. I'm about to say, I thought he was going to do the same thing LeBron did. He had an off-balance finish, and he still got it with the one hand for the and one. Possibly one of the best and one finishers I've ever seen off a finger roll. If that was any other play, I know Kyrie would make it. Wait, who's... And Jaden McDaniels will push over the foul call. That's foul trouble for him. Now Kyle Anderson's back. Poor cut by Josh Green and Conley with the steal. Fading jumper down the lane. Bounces off the rim. Dante Exum grabs the board. And Anthony Edwards trying to scratch and claw for the pit pocket over from half court. Kyrie off the high screen. 4 seconds. Kyrie got to let it fly off the glass. It's good off the shot clock. Oh! Behind the back finish with a 3. Anthony Edwards making niggas cry. Handoff off Lively, off the roll. Lively, extra pass from Green. Kleber pump fakes. And a travel call on Maxi Kleber. That was good ball movement. And the extra pass. Kleber was trying to finish down the lane. He should have just shot the ball. Insane attack over by Kyrie Irving, man. Luka has scored as many points as Minnesota's total offense. And now Luka with the nonchalant baseline finish after catching over the pump fake, bro. Edwards, great kick out. Conley collects himself, but Lively's there. Anderson dribbles up to get better space. Ball gets pit-pocketed. Towns, aggressive take after the loose ball off Derrick Jones Jr. Oh, Lively trying to finish over on the left. Conley with the foul. They were worried about the kickoff. They were worried about the kick out more than they were worried about him faking and finishing over in the glass. And Luka was like, okay, you're going to give me that much space? I'm going to take it. How the Timberwolves don't respect Luka Doncic's shot is insane. You take it like the guy didn't average like 35 points a game. Like he's the leading scoring leader in the NBA. People thought about SGA having a great year. Luka just being game-breaking on offense and such a facilitator. It's insane. Lively still keeping that field goal percentage alive. Get it? Get it? I swear she left me for no reason. Through traffic, Towns, and that'll be Derek Lively getting the foul. Lively with a second personal foul. Towns being more aggressive off the second chance buckets. Or where he can't find any spacing off the perimeter, he'll just take it to the glass, and that's good. Freaking 7-foot Julius Randle. Good kick out. Jones for three. Grazes the rim. Hustle play off Gafford. Gafford gives to Kyrie. Presses over Luka. Between the legs. He'll drive over. Through the lane. Luka fading jumper. No good. Grazes over in the glass. Naz Reid with rebound. 9-3 run for Minnesota. See how much they try to close the gap? And nearly trailing by 20. But a miss off the rim back to Luka Doncic. The last person to touch the ball. Over to Gafford. They're trying to trap through the lane. Luka will find his man. I don't care. But a misfinished Conley over the bounce. Anderson kick out. Reed. Reed is there. Ball gets pickpocketed. Derrick Jones Jr. picked up over Reed. PJ Washington falls. Corner three off Edwards. No good. Luka got to find a target now. Over press in half court. Kyle Anderson falls. Kick out. Jones. 4-on-3. Corner three off Derrick Jones Jr. Marcus Morris playing cheerleader. Markieff Morris. Sorry. I know Marcus Morris's hair is short. Through the lane. Stutter step. Through the kick out. Towns. Reed is open. Reed is open. Reed is open. Oh, but Towns will aggressively take over around the basket. 5 of 8. Very efficient when Towns is not trying to chuck. High screen over on the roll. But finds over to Jones. Corner three. Washington been outstanding, but a loose ball foul by fucking Derrick Jones Jr. And Jones is probably going to get checked out because I know he got a foul before. Like 2 fouls before in the first quarter. And look at that shove off over Kyrie that got no call after the corner three was made over by Derrick Jones Jr. earlier for the assist for Luka. No reason to fear. I want to drink beer. And if you have any soccer fans, who you guys have for the Champions League final? Back over until commercial break. Gonna wash my hands real quick, folks. Give me a second. I just finished food. Apologies, folks. We should be back live. Oh, is he is he an Timberwolves still upset over Kyrie Irving's possible illegal screen push in full court, screening Kyle Anderson, making him trip over transition. The coach is livid. Bounces over to Anderson, trying to pickpocket. Great finish down the lane. Leaning is Anthony Edwards. The better Anthony on the floor. I have scored 2. I don't care, man. Washington could be led over to the corner, a rolling screen. And now Timberwolves are like an eye for an eye mentality. Timberwolves need to rebrand uniforms, bro. Go back to the 2000s fits, bro. For the life of me. I see Timberwolves fans wearing either the city uniforms or the uniforms that they brought back from the 90s that look great. They look beautiful, by the way. You see, they're not even proud. They're wearing the playoff t-shirts. Okay, they're free. Towns trying to muscle his way through the lane. No good. Rebound. Luka Doncic, another great board. And this time a transition foul. Kyle Anderson trying to clip over for a transition foul. I don't know if that was used for just hypocrisy over the officiating. Luka has been cooking, man. Conducting over the double over the post, and Kyle Anderson's been in complete foul trouble. I don't even know if he's trying to prove a point. That's the second personal foul in just barely 30 seconds. Trying to pickpocket over the high ball, and now Lively's going on the line. We got 2 guys over nearly in foul trouble. Barely at the second half and already off 2 personal fouls. Derek Lively having probably the highest plus minus you'll ever see since Manu Ginobili. That's very impressive. House of Dragons, bro. What will I be going over it? I don't know. I'm not really I'm intrigued off Game of Thrones lore, but I'm not really immersed. Like, I don't have a lot of information, but I know a few things. I know a couple things. Since watching clips, I've watched a couple of episodes. I know family members that try to get me into the show. And some of the lore I could just remember just like that. But I don't know a lot because I know this is like novels type shit. But I'd like to know. I know it's one of the biggest shows out there. Critically praised. From the wing, Reed for 3. No good. Lively off a bit of a loose dribble. Pick over to Luka. He shades off ball. That means Kyrie's going to get it. Between the legs. Naz Reid. Happy feet. Kicks out. PJ Washington's left alone. That's going to go to 40% real quick come child support. Sorry, I'm sick and tired of making the child support jokes, but it's hilarious. And PJ Washington's a good player. I always wanted him to go on a playoff team, but knowing like that will possibly be the biggest conversation in his career. And a steal by Luka Doncic off transition. Kyrie down the lane gets pickpocketed. $40 on my wrist. What? $40 on my wrist. What? Kyrie already 12 at the half with 8 this quarter. He's pretty quiet around the first quarter. Yeah, it was mainly Luka cooking with 20 points in the quarter, rolling off the double high screen. Anthony Edwards trying to shake and break live, and Derrick Jones gets another foul, bro. 58-36 is obviously not where the Timberwolves need to be. Got a bit of technical difficulties real quick, folks. Apologies. Let me just refresh over the page. Quality control on TNT's. Come on. Off the roll, pump fake, Towns, Euros, great bad bounce pass by Towns. Behind the back dribble through traffic. PJ Washington, no good off, just blowing the layup off the finger roll off transition. Hezzy between the legs, quick catch and shoot. Towns still can't follow through, just like his relationship choices. I apologize. Oh, foul! Oh God, Naz Reid. God, Lively just came back, brother. What is wrong with you? This is all premeditated. With a neck strain and you smack him in the head after you miss the block? Look at this. Oh, you bitch. Naz Reid. This goes into injury timeout. I apologize, folks. That was some heel shit. That was some wrestling heel type shit. When you see stuff like that. Now I know like they were very upset over. Coach was very upset. There wasn't even a challenge because the play was already still live involving Luka getting the assist. But then Naz Reid comes with a complete clothesline on the temple of Derek Lively after he's coming back over his neck strain. That's why he missed game 4. And now he got himself hurt like that. That's terrible. Oh man, the Tide Pod shit, man. It got old because it was incredibly harmful to children. Don't even know why people were memeing that. It's also trying to watch over the Fallout series. I know it's gained a lot of so much popularity. Fallout games have had such a huge player base. I forgot Starfield got like 4,000 people playing. I think the least played game when we go over to the player base has been Fallout 3. Fallout New Vegas has obviously gotten a lot of people playing. Like, well, I think I saw 10,000 people. So, congrats over to the Fallout series. People would think another live action video game inspired series would flop, but it's been incredibly in depth. The humor is there. in certain cases in the post-apocalyptic vibe, gaining over a lot of attraction, unlike Furiosa from Mad Max. But I feel like the movie came out like, well, why make a new one so late? Because I know Furiosa was one of the female side characters that was like one of the major people in the story in the last film with Tom Hardy in it. And then they just make a new one just in 2024 when like Furiosa came when the recent Mad Max movie came out like 2015 type shit. Like why? Like even the rush over for a new movie like that would die down. People could say over it's the box office or something. Yeah. Oh my god, that is some ho shit, Nas Reed. You guys are some freaking hypocrites. It was just an illegal screen. Now he's coming back off the tunnel. And Nas Reed is saying, and that's a flagrant foul. Lively seems to be okay enough to get some foul shots up. And he's back over on the bench. That's good. Oh my goodness. Not the prettiest foul you could have. Undisciplined momentum. A lot of fouls, especially coming over by Nas Reed. Kyle Anderson already got 2 fouls. I understand trying to play dirty and nasty, trying to show that rawness, killer mentality to get yourself up in the competition, but that's some bullshit. Jab step. Trying to press away over fading jumper. Still good off Kyrie off low gravity. Through the paint, in the paint. It's good. 61-38. Luka with 22, a combined 36 points of total offense at the half, scoring a majority of half of the offense. Here comes McLaughlin. No good. Board over by Kyle Anderson misses and gets stolen by PJ Washington off transition. Luka Doncic over by the lane. Easy kick out to Derrick Jones Jr. Sidestep, finding back Luka. Luka for 3 off the load up, and it's good over Anthony Edwards. 64-34. You are my sunshine. Like I'm joking, folks. I'm joking. Anthony Edwards isn't the new Devin Booker. For the playoffs, I mean. Obviously, 2 different players. Against Luka Doncic. And McLaughlin. Ball stolen over the... Oh, no loose ball. Off transition. Here comes Kyrie after the pass from Luka. McLaughlin obviously trying to pit pocket. He's trying to press over in the high ball. Trying to be overly aggressive outside over the perimeter. And they're pressing over in the catch and shoot and stopping the drives down the lane. But that's just leaving the perimeter game because PJ Washington has been incredibly efficient. Kyrie as well, you don't want to play make with him. And I feel like they haven't been respecting a lot of the long range except pressing, even though Luka has great ball vision. Jab step through the lane. Kyrie knocks it down over McLaughlin. Off the wing with under a minute to spare. 15-2 run after there was a 9-3 run earlier to cut the deficit below 15. And it feels like all that was in vain. Over the high rolling screen. Presses out. Anderson with the whoop shot. It's good. I'm sorry. The shot form is so weird, but it's good. I've seen weird shot forms in my life, man. John Marion's one of them. Through the lane. Pushing away. Backdoors it. Kyrie. Pump fakes. Anthony Edwards. Through the lane. Good finish. Oh, it's a pass to Gafford. Foul call on the Timberwolves. And Anthony Edwards can't keep his cool. Kyrie getting on the line to nearly trail this to a 70-point total offense in the first half, bro. I think I haven't seen that done since the Warriors Cavaliers series back in 2019. No, 2018. My fault. But that was the NBA Finals. Kyrie Irving shoes interest me. I know he's not with Nike anymore since the whole incident with the photo and the Jews and stuff. Besides that, he Anta's been doing a great job. I've been hearing them sell out, and I know how much of a fan favorite Kyrie Irving shoes back for the Nike brand has been, but he's been selling out. My goodness, not in a corporate way. I mean successfully. Through the lane, over traffic, up and under, kick out. Anderson, fine over to Towns. Towns over the pump fake. Washington, he has to swing back, but it's near shot clock violation, and it is. Outstanding defense by the Dallas Mavericks with only 5.7 seconds. Final shot goes to the Mavs. Inbound, ball goes out of bounds after a throw out by Anderson. Over with 5 seconds remaining. There's no way Luka's going to try to seal it from the logo. Oh. Heading over to the tunnel. Luka Doncic with a historic first half. Now we're going to have the halftime report because Inside the NBA is here, possibly for the last time, man. 69-40. Nice. Nice. Outstanding performance by Luka Doncic. He's ending off with 25 points, 6 rebounds with 3 assists. Just great playmaking coming from almost everybody. Anthony Edwards been with 12. He had that Huss cross that made, I forgot who he made fall, and off the wing and made a great shot. Towns has been prolific. He's actually been pretty decent. Good over from attacking around the rim, especially over the second chance points, but his shooting splits, absolutely abysmal. 2 over 2 from the field. He's obviously attacking around the rim. That's good for his position. Rudy Gobert left his offense in the first quarter. And Lively was doing decent around what could be buckets for him to at least reach over 8 points or 7 or 10. And then Naz Reid tried to actually go for the head. Literally aimed for the jugular. Literally. But the Mavericks are playing outstanding. Luka Doncic looks like he wasn't more than anybody else in his life. Yeah, I feel like there's been a really big calling card for the I don't know what's a real, because it looks like you're just closing over any offensive takes for Edwards to try to get over in the ISO ball category and just catch everybody over in the press, because the Mavericks are just wow. I didn't expect their help defense to be this efficient, and especially how they're cutting out any chance for Conley to push over for the open threes. He's pressing, bro, and Towns just getting locked over to the chest attack over in the paint, and now they're just getting absolutely blackballed off the foul calls being played over. It's just a mentality thing, and that's just really cutting off any momentum that the Timberwolves have to even try to keep the series close. Like, bro, it's insane. And if they keep up how they did over in the first half, the series, Dallas are going to the finals. That's for sure. It's not a complete bet, but this is obviously a major reason that it's really messing up any chance right now, man. I'm not trying to be pessimistic. It's just how it's looking right now, and it's showing. I mean, hopefully for their sake, they turn it around. Now we're over with inside the NBA. Did not expect a blowout like this at all. Whoop that ass. LaMelo Ball got a lifestyle shoe. That's insane. Oh, they got the Christmas. Whoop that ass. Whoop that ass. It is. Whoop that ass. My wife left me. Obviously, I guess Charles thought that the series would come over close, but a blowout. Thinking like the Mavs, the Mavericks got exposed over an offensive scheme after losing game 4. That doesn't seem to be going to their favor. But Luka's been, oh my goodness, man. The glazing's going to be in a maximum just off Luka Doncic's amazing performance. Abdul Rauf, bro. I haven't heard that name in years. Bang. Luka's showing why he's one of the best players in the NBA. We know that for sure, bro. That's like world class level hooping. Luka's pressing over the 1-on-1 and it's working. I don't know why Naz Reid is pressing over in the help defense, and it's such a laziness from how they lock up. They did such a well done job locking up Jamal Murray. That was trash. Me personally, me and Rick Fox. Yeah, I thought there'd be a more sense of desperation as the narrative foretold. Like now that they're behind and all they have to do is just be aggressive. They are barely even being aggressive from 3, guys. Abysmal. Timberwolves fans should be very upset. The game's not over yet, but still, it feels like to them it's over. Like it's cooked already. Na 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 na. We'll head over commercial break after Inside the NBA. Already, everybody's feeling very disappointed over the performance that they should. Just piss poor performance by the Timberwolves, especially over in the defensive scheming. I feel like they're barely helping. They're not finding their looks as much as Towns wanted to get in traffic, and he did make it the bucket. Nas Reed's there over the corner three, and you're just not kicking it out, and everybody's just pressing over in double and tunnel vision. Bro, I saw even young players make NBA level IQ plays, and they're barely even 3 years out of their contract, the rookie contract. Like that amazing no look bounce pass over by freaking Jaden Hardy that nearly got the assist off for Daniel Gafford. Did I know if it wasn't for the foul call, he'd make that. Jason Tatum has whatever the GPX Tatum 2s are. Zion's rip off Kobe's. Jesus Christ! At least for the Kobe Glazers out there, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong being a super fan of, an inspired fan of Kobe in the NBA. We have two other NBA players out of all of that. I have nothing against Tatum and Booker. Booker's shoe looks completely different. It looks like an Air Force. It looks like a Blazer. And I heard it performs very well. Tatum's shoe looks completely different. It looks like something the Jordan brand would make. I wish they brought back Carmelo Anthony shoes. Carmelo Anthony shoes weren't even half bad, in my opinion. Jordan Mellow 11s, 10s, 1.5. I remember them. I remember the 11s, the 10s. The 10s were tough. The 13s, I remember a couple people copied the 13s. Anybody remember that old commercial? Apologize to Mellow 5. That was hilarious. Of course, when you're a high schooler, you have Caribbean parents. Unless you're doing like an A grade, you're not gonna get a lot of stuff that you want. I mean, yeah, I got video games, but yeah. For the most part, anybody can cry you a river off that. I'm okay with that. Appreciate that now. Like I have my own disposable income, limited source of disposable income. You know, gotta have stuff to pay off, but still, it's cool. Anytime you want to feel like the player, I want to feel like a certain player and got a pair of kicks that the players got. That's always a cool thing to feel like. You always feel you want to get a pair of LeBrons because you want to feel like a LeBron. And if the kicks look cool at the end of that day, I think a major purchase. That's never a loss in the end. Financially, I mean, emotionally, yes, it's not never financial, never a loss in that aspect. Just saying, not everybody's gonna have that optimism. Got a few seconds left after a commercial break is done for. Try to press refresh. Oh wow, that's 25% off. What is going on, John Jay?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine. How you doing?
Yeah, so no, man. I was doing a show.
Mhm.
And then in the 10-minute mark, my fucking internet turns off.
Damn.
So I had to go on my phone, and I wasted 5 minutes because I forget that because I logged out of all my settings on my phone, and I had to end the show. So my internet still turned off. So pissed
Oh,
off.
okay. You had to check on that, by the way.
Nah, I just unplugged the router and I replugged it in. If nothing happens in 30 minutes, I'm gonna call my provider.
I'm so very sorry to hear that. Oh, where are we in the locker room camera? Jason Kidd's actually speaking over to the team play. Oh wow, I didn't even know they had cameras inside the locker room. Jason Kidd going over film, and now we're back at the half. Did you get to spot a bit of the game? I know you were busy streaming earlier, but did you get to see a bit of it?
Nah, I didn't know they were playing.
Yeah, it's always like a day after they play. Right now it's 71-41. If you could check over on the screen
Yeah.
for the Mavericks, Luka Doncic had 20 points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Oh, the
I
lob.
didn't know. Yeah.
Oh man, a lot of stuff. I thought Tyronn Lue was going to go to the Lakers, but he got signed over to an extension with the LA Clippers. Speaking about extensions, they extend their coach before they extend their players. Luka, loose dribble over the hard foul by Anthony Edwards. He's heading back over to the line. That is racially motivated. I'm joking, of course.
I need that.
Nah, that happened to me too, man. I messed around with I'm trying to get some work done over for a class and cut off on me. I tried to check over the provider and it took a while until like half the day, man. I just didn't want the fridge to turn off. That was the power and the internet.
I know. Basically, last night,
Mhm.
at 9:30, I was like, I'm too tired to cook. So the only thing that was open for some reason was Little Caesars, and they're like 2.5 miles from my house, so not that far.
Oh, man.
And so,
John Jay?
where I go to bed.
Oh, okay.
An hour later, I had to call DoorDash and Little Caesars, and Little Caesars was like, "Oh, we're sorry, we didn't start your pizza." So I told the restaurant because and then I called DoorDash, and they're like, well, "We're gonna refund your money." And I was so ticked off that I didn't go to bed till 3 a.m. So I only got 4.5 hours of sleep. I was supposed to do a show at 12 o'clock, but I was too goddamn tired. Luckily, I had a day off. So I moved my stream to tonight, and you gotta be fucking kidding. I hate Little Caesar. I hate Little Caesar. Their food is gross, and because in California, like the prices are 15% higher than the rest of the nation. It's California. So they'll say, oh, we'll give you a $5 ready pizza. In California, it's 15%. So basically, it's about $6.50. And if you want it delivered, Uber, DoorDash, Postmates, and whatever other place delivers, they have a surcharge because of the state of California, which is a $3 fee for them to, so you can't buy nothing with those delivery service in California. So I'm like really ticked off. Last 24 fucking hours. So,
man, that's all in one day.
She's in less than 24 hours. Like my bad luck started off at 10:30. I was like, what the hell is taking so long? It's not that far. Like usually I get my stuff in like 20 minutes. It's really, really close by. And the stupid restaurant forgot to read the ticket. And I said, dude, I've waited over an hour. Hell no. So I said, don't even bother. And they said, we'll give you the refund, but you got to call DoorDash. I called DoorDash. And calling DoorDash after 10:45 at night, don't ever do that.
Oh.
Because the people who are working suck at their jobs. That's why they're working. I'm sorry, dude. I'm pissed off. Like,
no, I know. Shout it out, man. I understand the frustration. I've seen stuff like that before. You think they're gonna care? You think they're gonna care? Oh man, I understand, man.
It's like,
Jesus, that's tough.
Push comes to shove. Like, come on. Anyway.
Also, I did want to ask you this. I know I've been a bit busy late night, and I know streams are usually late night. I wanted to get your opinion on the Jauan Jennings signing, even though it was kind of premeditated, because of course you wanted to re-sign the more productive receiver.
Well, I was talking about it today, and luckily my fucking internet cut off for some reason. But anyway, what I was trying to tell my audience is that, and I was getting to the most important part, signing Jauan Jennings, Debo, and Jauan looks like they're locked up for 2 years. And if they do sign Brandon Ayuk, we have the same receiving core for the next 2 seasons, meaning that the Niners are like, we're going all in with this offense. We hope McCaffrey can stay healthy this year and next year to win a Super Bowl. And technically, Trent Williams has 3 years on his contract and he decides to stay that long. And left tackles do there. So they're basically saying the offense that we have, if they all stay healthy, if Brock Purdy continues to develop, we can win a Super Bowl in the next 2 years. That's what the signing means. On the offensive side, we're locked up. The defensive side, they're young. Now, Bosa's getting older. Fred Warner's starting to get in his mid to late 20s. So we do have to get a ring with this team because eventually in the next 5 years, a lot of the players are going to be entering their 30s. And so we've wasted a lot of their prime. But besides all of that, signing Jauan Jennings helps have a good receiving core. Yeah.
Yeah, Jauan Jennings, well, the Eagles got John Ross, and you Dad, sign, go back and play football. I don't want to be poor. I'm joking. That's not what he said, but it's still like, yeah, it's still like, you feel, so you, in your opinion, you feel like there's a 4-year window of contention for the Niners for the remainder of the NFC.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because I know Debo, I know he doesn't have a kind of an attitude issue, but I feel like his rollover on the team is kind of diminished over. It's just that, but not a slot, but a primordial B option over in the route. But I know he's not that big over as a deep threat. You feel like there should be any trade talks with him, depending on how the season's gonna go?
Well, it was pointed out yesterday when I was on the stream with David McNiner, because he always does, because we honor Corey on Wednesdays because he's no longer with us. Yeah. So there's still more talented receivers. I didn't know that CeeDee Lamb was looking for a contract. I didn't know that. But he says, I'm not signing.
He's not signing.
Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. Those three guys, in my opinion, again, I do not like the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Are more active in their offense when it comes to the catch, ratio compared to the 49ers offense. So I think those guys are going to wait till Brandon Ayuk gets signed. That's the reason why I don't think Brandon Ayuk is going nowhere, because there, I think, at least 3 other wide receivers who are free agents. And if you're a team,
and there's a foul,
you go for Brandon Ayuk or wait. There's some other guys who are way better, maybe cost more. So I don't think Brandon Ayuk is going anywhere. I think that Brandon Ayuk and the Niners have been doing what the Niners have been doing for the last 5 years, signing players. We don't sign them until training camp. I don't know why they do it that way. I know a lot of people are like, oh, excuses, John. It's not an excuse. We always do that. Our very first draft pick, Solomon Thomas, was a bust. We signed him 2 days after when training camp started. So that's how they always do it. Nick Bosa was like a very rare, because Nick Bosa and his father are the agents. So they played hardball with the 49ers. And so they're like, we're not going to let Bosa go nowhere. He's very important. So if they were able to give Bosa the money, which I think is a little bit too much, Brandon Ayuk is getting paid.
If there would be any expiring contracts that you want to get in a concern to, and I understand so most people would be obliged to this or disagree with us, because, even though I feel like when it comes over to front office decisions, I don't feel like the rivalry factor plays a factor unless it's your background check. DK Metcalf is only 24, and he's only pressing over $75 million in value over his contract, and he only got like so much, like around what he's only 31 guaranteed. That's the lowest below the top 10, and he's still a productive deep threat option that's very young still. But he could possibly re-sign. But if it's the trajectory of the Seahawks that are obviously looking at the long term, DK Metcalf could be a guy to push. That's just my opinion. I know he's a Seahawk, but we want to push over in contention, durable, productive receiver with a proven quarterback that had made it to a Super Bowl. That could be an option.
Yep.
Deebo Samuel presses out. Oh God, turnover by the Mavericks.
Yeah. Give me a moment.
No problem.
Give me a moment. I'm getting a phone call on my phone. I'll be back.
No problem. Yeah, that was John Jay for you guys. I know, unfortunate what happened. Hopefully, he'll be back over live with his content over on Niners Talk. He's always well informed, gets great takes. There's more people in the Niners community, thanks to YouTube. Pump fake over on the glass, and of course a finesseful one-handed finish and one. And you could just see the body language on Towns. Like, why is this Wigga scoring? Snoop Dogg already courtside, like, this motherfucker can't miss. He can't miss. And it's good. Off the law. Oh, can't follow through. One-handed board over by we got J.D. McDaniels. Luka Doncic with 31 in the third quarter, bro. That's insane. 3-pointer by McDaniels. 40-point triple-double incoming, guys. This is just wrong. Ooh, sorry. 3-pointer chucked over by Edwards. Over from long range that forces over to a 30-point deficit. Can they keep the momentum pressing up? They need to at least get into a heat check. If they could just trail this by a 19-point deficit before they head over to the fourth, there could be a chance. Even though they're trailing by 30 and 7 minutes left until they head to the fourth quarter. Now they're getting very aggressive behind the back, snatch back over the bucket. Yo, Kyrie's just cooking, man. Step back over the jab, kick out over the cut. McDaniels for three, no good. Off the board, Towns puts it back, gets rejected by Derek Lively. Over the glass, miss in the second chance bucket. Very aggressive off Karl Anthony Towns. And a three by Kyrie Irving again, bro. 87-54. Stephen A, get his dick out your mouth. Off the high roll, Edwards pulls up for the J. That's hopefully John Jay. Sorry, I full screened it. How's the connection looking for you now, John Jay?
Well, that was my cable provider. Apparently, they called me. They said there's a little outage in my neighborhood. They said in my time, the local time,
okay.
They said probably between 9 and 10 o'clock. So hopefully, basically when they say 9, 10 o'clock, it means that depending on, because a lot of the internet connections, is Xfinity, because not too many cable providers and less cable providers. So I think it was like in December or January, I had to go back to Xfinity because the company I was working only operated outside of the Daly City region.
Jesus.
So luckily they have a program which is like $10 a month for those who qualify for a program. So basically, like if you're super poor, you get internet. So, but there's also one where they don't qualify you. It's their cheapest plan. They give you like 50 internet speed for like 19 or $20. So I got that. So, and I don't have like those super like streaming, all that stuff. It works fine for me, so I'm good. So
okay,
hopefully there's someone in the neighborhood, and probably like 8:45, hopefully before 9 o'clock, because that's when I want to eat some food. And I don't want to watch a broadcast television. I may be old, but I'm not that old.
The only upside is at least it's something that you couldn't control. Like the outage, the outage was completely out of your favor in that case. So hopefully it goes back to normal and you're back to your regular content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm gonna I don't do shows on Fridays no more, but I'm gonna be doing a Friday show.
Oh. So you agree? So wait, do you agree with my take over who should be the receiver to push over in the deadline if anything goes south?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh. Yeah, they just signed John Ross. Jesus Christ, it's just signed John Ross. Eagles just got John Ross. That's insane.
I know Spongy's like, whoopee. Sheesh. Spongy got mad at me. Spongy got mad at me because I kicked him out because apparently his father walked in the room and he forgot to mute himself, and his father was yelling at him. And after 10 seconds, I said, I don't want to hear this. So I'm going to put him backstage. And he got so mad. I don't know if he's still mad at me because of that. But again, if you're in trouble,
we don't want to hear your father disciplining you in the background. That's good. By the way, for the context over on YouTube purposes, you obviously don't want that in your background.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
What did I tell you about wiping the seat before you leave the toilet? Mom, look, I'm live. I don't care that you're live. You don't pay.
So
I'm so sorry.
I know.
I have a PlayStation party. You hear a lot of crazy stuff. Oh my God. Ooh, man, I don't know how. Oh God, the skinny Aaron Rodgers. His ankle has the funniest job in the world. Tariq Cohen got signed to the New York Jets as well, man. And a lot of backwater running backs John Ross is a wide receiver,
Mhm.
but he plays over as a dual threat slot. But he obviously didn't transition well when he was on the Bengals. I remember he was supposed to be a hype pick from Washington as a steel speedster. Because what was his 40? Like 4.2? He had an insane 40. Like a 4.31 or something. He had an insane 40-yard dash in the combine. And that's why the Bengals won the press over, because they were just coming from Giovanni Bernard as their running back. So they were transitioning with more threats over in the backfield when Andy Dalton was still their quarterback. Leave the memories alone. I miss old. I feel old now that I can remember old running backs like that. Another running back that's better than Saquon Barkley, Giovanni Bernard. Hell, Le'Veon Bell has had a better career. God, 89 to 60. I mean, the back-to-back threes by Anthony Edwards is helping. Now they're pressing over the double team. Back to Towns. He's been very aggressive over in the paint. And the foul call off Derek Lively. What is that? His third or fourth in the game. Nearing foul trouble. Towns is really conducting over the defense, attacking around the rim more. And Lively's getting very aggressive with the fouls. Who are you calling to meet the Celtics? You think that Mavericks, there's no way they're going to choke this. It's like a 29-point lead. If they choke this, bro, I don't know what to say.
I've been goofing around all basketball season.
Oh, no problem.
But I've been saying that the Celtics have the best team. They swept the Pacers,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know who they played the first couple of rounds, but
they had the Cavaliers in the second round. They beat the Miami Heat that they lost to in the Eastern Conference Final.
Yeah, Miami, they're good, but again, they're not at the level. And I was listening to because the Roku channel is starting to show Rich Eisen his show live, and they show who's that guy that worked for ESPN, then he got fired.
Zach Kellerman.
What is his name?
Not Skip Bayless.
Not Skip Bayless. What? Dan Patrick.
Dan Patrick. Oh my God, what did he say?
Yeah, Dan Patrick has a show. So basically, at 6:00 West Coast time, he goes live because he's in Connecticut. So his show's at 9:00. After his show, it's Rich Eisen. So those are two good shows. Better than all the talking heads.
First take.
But the point is that Dan Patrick was saying, yes, if the Celtics win the finals,
oh my
God, everyone is going to say that they had an easy path. And I agree. Now, the Mavericks, I don't know too much besides Luka or whatever his name is.
Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving.
Oh, yeah. Why do I keep forgetting Kyrie Irving? So we'll see what happens. But I think the Celtics are the better team, in my opinion.
So either way, who comes out of the series, because it's a 3-1 lead, it's very slim percentage of the Timberwolves coming back from this, but there's a possibility, because to be honest, the Celtics have had many conversations of them, even when they had Kyrie Irving on the Boston Celtics, to be a favored contender over the past 7 seasons, when having like Hall of Fame coaches. Ime Udoka, before he got caught in the act having an affair with his wife. With an employee before he got fired. Now Mazzulla has this chance. They're a 60-win team. It should be even expected that they blow out these teams, because most of the times they've been injured. Jimmy Butler missed the playoffs because of his injury, so that's why they didn't have an easy road against the Miami Heat. Then Donovan Mitchell from the Cavaliers got hurt, and then Tyrese Halliburton, that was an All-Star this year, got hurt. But they've all been gentleman sweeps. They've barely shown any flaws offensively and defensively, and people keep forgetting this one thing. How can you call it Mickey Mouse when they're the first seed? When you leave that for an 8th seed, like you call it a Mickey Mouse, like you would call that what, fraudulent? Is that what Mickey Mouse is supposed to mean?
I don't know.
Like they appointed as a Mickey Mouse run. Like they tried to denounce it, even though they're a first seed. They're supposed to beat these teams.
Mhm.
I mean, if it was the Miami Heat, people would just beep 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 beep. I'm trying to censor it. I'm not trying to speak New York or John Jay. I'm not trying to make you hear
Yeah.
it.
Dude, I'm shocked. I don't know where everybody was. When I was streaming, only Crazy Juice was watching. And so
I guess they were all busy. I thought YTC would pull up TRL. I know they were streaming earlier around the day with their podcast that they usually do around.
I know Michael, says he goes to bed at 11 o'clock. I say, all right, whatever.
Motherfucker has a curfew. I don't know.
So,
He probably has
he has a curfew. He's a grown man.
He probably goes to school still, so you want to instill that discipline so you don't get late.
Well, he told me he goes to a special college where.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that. I apologize. 4-point. Damn. Sorry, I saw a player get hard foul when he was going for a 3-point attempt. My goodness. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, he says he goes to a school because one day about like 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. It was 3 o'clock my time, and he started to play video games. I said, dude, where are you? He said, oh, I'm at my college dorm. I said, doesn't your school have activities? Because like every university, there's certain things to do. And I remember, I don't know if times have changed, but I said when I used to go to City College, there was a lot of things you can do, even though it was a community college. It's not like a state college or a university where there's certain things like because a university is basically 3 blocks by 5. So basically 5 blocks to 3 blocks. So basically it's the university, certain businesses, all that. There are a lot of things to do because there are people who live at the university. So it's basically like room and board. It's basically like a education where you live. So there are things to do. And he's like, oh, no, I go to a special college. We have curfew. So after a certain time, we got to be in our dorms. There are certain places where people hang out. They go out with them.
It's the military. He's in the military with what, John Jay. Chill. He's in the
military.
Yeah, he's probably in a specific. Probably in a specific school where he needs to be in the concentrated. Sorry, why did I make it sound like that? Holy crap! But still, like, yeah, it's probably. I think I heard of schools like that. And my school had like game rooms too. I joined a club, so usually I'd socialize and people in the club majority of the time. I even had a job in the campus as well. So the worst part was bi-weekly pay. I hate bi-weekly pay.
I see. CarCast tomorrow has Randy Cross, a former 49er. So he'll be doing an interview.
Oh, that's cool. I might be available because I'm going to call off work for my brother's birthday.
So that's about it.
K-Swiss still had... You know what? Never mind. Shout out to K-Swiss. Holy crap. Na 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 na. Da na na na. Da 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Should be almost back. They're calling over the hard foul. The challenge goes successful. So the Dallas Mavericks will have a successful chance. They're nearing 100 points in the third quarter, man. This is dunzo. 95-67. The Timberwolves shows a very late time to act aggressive when now trailing by this margin. It's like a 24-point lead. This is not looking good. Like anybody's ex. No offense. Oh, what's poppin', Swerve? Appreciate it, man. Sorry, I've been concentrating on watching the game so I don't miss out on anything. It's kind of done so for the Timberwolves. Fading jumper off Jaden Hardy and an awkward collision. After trying to get the second chance bucket, Gafford lands over the behind Karl Anthony Towns. No Diddy. $95-69 is insane, guys. And now Maxi Kleber can't even dribble properly. Talking over officiating, I guess over a purposeful elbow by a Timberwolves player. Towns getting on the line after, I guess, a loose ball foul by Daniel Gafford.
Mm-hmm.
1.5 remaining until we head over to the fourth quarter. Trail this deficit to now 24, 25.
Man.
It had something to do with a rebound. You don't want to know the way he landed.
No Diddy?
It's literally like no homo from modern times because of Puff Daddy got himself into a situation.
Yeah. That guy, what's his name? What is his name? Cat Williams.
Oh, yeah. Kind of called it.
In February, sat down with Shannon Sharp, and I think it was one of the most viewed, because that thing is still climbing. I think it's almost like at 100 million. Anyway, he said, "Trust me," he said the quote, "P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, get ready. He's going to get exposed." And
you
then
gotta tell him no.
And then apparently
he was tell him no.
He was exposing a lot of people. Like he was like basically telling why Chris Rock doesn't make a lot of movies anymore, why he doesn't do a lot of stuff. He just went at people. He just came at people.
I guess because he's not really that pressed in the mainstream media anymore. Thinks he's always so like stagnant when it comes to where he shows up. So he doesn't really have to be like that. He doesn't always have to give just tiptoe around his opinion on celebrities.
So,
but he was right. I remember that Bean Spongy had a stream reacting over some of P. Diddy's I don't want to say antics, but interactions he's had with other celebrities. They were quite questionable. Especially the one with a very young Justin Bieber. You know, the baby, very young Justin Bieber. Like, he was like 17, 16 when that song came out.
No one cares about Justin Bieber.
No one does, but I remember back in the day, he was a very big pop star for like majority of the late 2000s to 2010s. So
I remember when Floyd Mayweather was still boxing, he went with the ring walk with him. And he went to Twitter, before Twitter became like crazy. And he was telling people that, hey, yo, I am an honorary black person, which really pissed off a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. I remember the Justin Bieber roast. That shit was hilarious.
Then, I think it was like in 2017, 2018, Keyshawn Johnson was struck by another expensive car.
You could say Fred too. I remember Fred was pretty popular back in the early YouTube days.
So Keyshawn Johnson, what was I going to say? Someone hit his car, and then the guy came out, and it was Justin Bieber. And Justin Bieber, like, oh, look at me, I'm Floyd Mayweather, I'm gangster, blah 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 blah. Keyshawn Johnson, what a lot of people don't, he is from Los Angeles. But he's from the hood of Los Angeles. A lot of people don't know this. So even though he's a rich black man in America, he is still like what people would say. He's still hood, and he taught Justin Bieber, "You're a Canadian." He didn't call him white. He said, "You're a Canadian. You guys don't have what we have out here in Los Angeles." And he says, "I'm still connected, even though I work for the sports industry." He's still connected. So basically he was reminding me. And so Justin Bieber became a little bitch that day. And so,
Sadly.
and
Sadly, one of the best.
that and Keyshawn Johnson, they exposed him. You know, like I said,
Brandon
I've
Marshall
never
should-
liked Justin Bieber. I know when I was ending high school and about to start to college, even some of my female classmates like Justin Bieber. So basically, those guys are like a demographic for the ladies because you know, like they sing those songs that women like.
I mean, that's where the
Those
money
boys-
comes from. Just like what Tupac said. You don't get your money with the men. You get your money with the bitches. His words, not mine. Women. Usually it directs more like how Drake is trying to be a gangster, but his most successful songs talk about wanting to love a woman. It never comes off him trying to be gangster, pretend to kill anybody.
Dude, he's from Canada. Now, I'm not saying that they're nor like you know, you know that
Even Kendrick Lamar doesn't want him to say the N-word. Even though Drake is black, he has the misspoken truth of being Canadian, Jewish, and black. That's now putting him to a third percentage. Like you're 1/3 black, even though you're fully.
So yeah,
He's the Colin Kaepernick of the music industry.
like he is
Oh my
Canadian.
God.
He's Canadian. He is Canadian, and so I'm not saying Canadian like is like the most like bland place to live. Of course,
I think I saw something about
there
that
are
earlier.
some tough people out there. Don't get me wrong, but Canada is like basically very, very. It's like a PG America. It's like a PG America. If you don't want to be in America, but you want to go to a place that is sort of America, Canada is the place for you.
Yeah, Canada. I've been in Toronto for like around a week for a carnival, but it's like it's like a more Swedish version of America, kind of plasticed out with
Like
a low key
Toronto-
a bit of racism.
Toronto-
Airball, Jesus,
Toronto is actually a more
musty
no,
New
it,
York.
like people have their opinions about San
Sorry.
Francisco, but Toronto is much like it makes San Francisco look like we're hard. Toronto is one of the most
Not in that way.
like again, I don't want to get political, so I'm trying my best to choose my words. What I'm saying is that San Francisco, we still have blue collar neighborhoods. We have blue collar neighborhoods, but the majority of the city is San Francisco, but blue collar neighborhoods. Okay, Canada is one of the most open minded areas. First is Canada. They have more immigrants than any other place outside of the United States. The multicultural center of Canada is Toronto. And so it's more softer, is what I'm saying. So, and of course, the stereotypes of San Francisco, they make us look less stereotypical. And
Damn.
that's why I make fun of Canada, because they're like, hey, you like talking shit and, poking fun of where I'm from. But let's talk about Toronto. If you want a place that's more like hippy dippy, yada kumbaya, Toronto's for you. Anyway, I'm sorry.
John Jay literally beefing with a whole nation. He just beefing with a whole city.
YTC was doing the WWE in France. I said no one likes the French because the French do not like Americans. So I reciprocate that back for you, because they said if it wasn't for the French, you don't have America.
If it wasn't for the French, you wouldn't get a half of Canada's culture. Shit, you wouldn't even get much of African culture. If you see their whole national team, Kylian Mbappe is their best player.
I know, and that's another thing. Like a lot of people want to, go after the United States. Oh, America's a horrible place. Listen,
We got guns.
oh my gosh.
No, that's literally the European. That's a European's comeback. At least our schools aren't shooting ranges. Like, if you don't relax, man, why don't you colonize another country? Because it's obvious you don't like the country. If it's not like your country. At least for the Mexican country, you just need to sign some papers to be with us. You guys are literally forcing yourselves to immigrate over to different nations because your other nations suck.
So
Come on.
here's the thing. In the 70s and 80s, again, I'm not trying to be political, and I'm not trying to call myself an expert in French French democracy. I'm just saying they started to import people from Cameroon, Northern Africa, Nigeria, and many of those Central Africans, and of course Northern Africans, into France. Okay, so a lot of French, what people call, I'm real French. I don't know what the hell that means.
I'm a real French.
There was a real rift with the immigrants and the people who call themselves natives, and so there was a problem. But there was something that happened almost 30 years later. It's called the 1998 World Cup. 30% of the team were known as natives. 30% of the teams were known as North Africans, or basically, basically people who are who believe in Islam. All right, okay, and of course you have what people call the Africans. Okay, that's what they call. I know it's offensive.
The term Negro is more correct.
They came together when they beat Brazil in the 1998 World Cup, and they started to realize maybe this multicultural thing does work for us, because 11 men on that pitch against Brazil, and they murdered Brazil 3-0 in the World Cup final. They lift up that trophy, and since then, France has been really good. In 2006, it was bad coaching, yada yada. Again, I'm talking about soccer because in a couple of weeks, it's going to be a month of soccer for the big soccer fanatics in
we
America.
got the Euros. Yeah, we got the Euros coming up. And of course, we forgot the best French player in the basketball as well. It's Victor Wembanyama. Does that sound French to you? That sounds like they're going to do a Black Panther, Bruce Lee, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scene soon for Marvel. Remember when Bruce Lee fight Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in one of the old Kung Fu movies? Yeah, that's how it's going to be soon. Except it's going to be T'Challa against freaking Wembanyama, kicking him while he's sitting down. That guy is very tall. Scarily tall. I don't even know how you live life like that. There's being like, ooh, tall to like, wow, how do you live like that? Because it got to be inconvenient. Like, you literally got to get yourself a big house. Like, now that's a necessity. Because I don't want to always be ducking before I head over to the bathroom or to my own room or to the kitchen. I've seen modified homes for midgets. Drake is gangster. There is nothing gangsta about Drake.
All right, man. I'll let you go. I got I'm getting one more. I'll get another call from my internet company. Thanks.
No problem. Appreciate you coming in, John Jay. That was John Jay for you. Now we're back live over with the NBA action. Well, the lack of it. Naz Reid aggressively attacks a rim, board over by Daniel Gafford. Kyrie, space over with Anderson. Pulling up. Jones, over the handoff, back to Gafford off the roll. Jones, aggressive takeover to the rim, and Reid with another foul. Great pass over the Reid. You thought he'd kick it out, but he just swung it over the bounce pass. Just easy gap for Gafford to just attack the rim, bro. Luka's broken. 30 points or more every playoff series is monstrous numbers, bro. And especially when he's barely 25, bro. You think this is prime Jordan numbers? No, this is just a guy just a year or two removed from his rookie contract deal, and he's putting up all NBA numbers. He has more all NBA first team nominations than league MVPs from the past 10 years. Except LeBron James. That's how good Luka Doncic is, guys. I don't know how good he has to be to finally be in that conversation to be some of the top 3 players in the league. I'm sure he's up there. And a floater's good, 80 to 105. They were trailing like their largest deficit was like 40. Now they trail this back over to a 25-point lead. Dante Exum dribbling down. Anthony Edwards, a bit of a loose dribble off the transition. Kyrie Irving recovers. A bit of nearly a fallen road off Exum, trying to collect over his dribble, and in an offensive foul off Daniel Gafford. That's a foul. 1 foul away from from out of the game for Daniel Gafford. Trying to get Kyrie trying to get a bit too early off the screen, pull up off Reed. Gafford now, saw a bit of hesitation. Really, his impact, let alone would if he's missed, bro, that's a major loss for the Mavericks. 8 minutes to spare. They press over the step back, too late over the double team, and that's a 3 off Kyrie off the step back over top of the key. Trails this over with Luka Doncic absolutely happy. Or still in distress, knowing like they had the largest deficit in the third. A shove off over contact. Anthony Edwards gets on the lane, banks it in for the extra point. He'll get on the line. Over the baseline. Shout out to Anthony Edwards. I got my money. I take shots to the face whenever I can. That's a lyric. That's a lyric. That's a lyric. Chill. It's a lyric. I swear, there's some lyrics that guys just forget. Like, hey, can we double this back? Nope. This is perfectly good, bro. I'm sure we could just double check to make sure this sounds right before we air this over on MTV. On a missed finger roll by Dante Exum. I know Gilbert Arenas is when Luka wins this. If he wins this, Anthony Edwards is just aggressively attacking around the rim, and he's been still the highly efficient offensive taker in the game, bro. What is he? Only 28 points over Towns' 26. Towns has been very aggressive, but nobody's barely contributing. While Kyrie's been cooking. Good offensive board off the kick out. That's a foul off Naz Reid. Luka trying to check in, but he's only with his undershirt on. Nico Harrison, Mavericks president of basketball operations and GM. They haven't been even queuing up to Mark Cuban. I know this is not home court, but I know Mark Cuban always shows up when it's a playoff game. Over the rolling high screen. Steps it over. 3 from long range. Banks it in. Over from top of the key. Over Rudy Gobert. God damn. 111 to 85. Stop the damn match. Stop the damn match, guys. Throw in the damn towel. Throw in the damn towel. It's over. It's over. Jaden McDaniels will knock down the tray, but in my opinion, it's over. Anthony Edwards.
You're done. You're washed. It's over.
That's another 2-pointer with only 6 minutes to spare. TikTok for the Mavericks to keep the momentum going. Both Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic with 36 points. Totaling 72 combined. and a carry call off Anthony Edwards. Look at this. Steps it over Towns, banks it over from top of the key, and Luka Doncic with a Jordan shrug of his own, while Snoop Dogg being like, this motherfucker don't miss. This motherfucker don't miss. He should be smoking a spliff just watching this amazing performance by both guys, man. Both Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic has been prolific this series. PJ Washington, if he wins the NBA Finals, does he have to pay the whole child support? Or I'm just saying. If anybody doesn't keep getting the child support jokes, because he got an IG model pregnant. Now there's a bit of child affairs involved. That's been a running joke because she's kind of been well known for, stretching her network thin physically with a lot of athletes and celebrities and whoever you know around you. Just saying. Brittany renders her name. I don't care if you look up her IG. I already did. Lively over the double team. Catching Kyrie. Practice shot from the wing. No good. Edwards off the board. 5 minutes remaining. 90 to 113 through the lane. Edwards off of traffic. Finds Reed off the corner. Air ball off Towns. There is no way that's a foul. Towns is getting on the line of PJ Washington. Anthony Towns above 35 points combined for both Kyrie and Luka. Above 20 points. 25 points for both Towns and Anthony Edwards. And this shows that they are great, but just not greater. 2 all-star talents against 2 all-NBA talents. That's just different leagues of levels. And that's kind of holstering the Nuggets. And rattles around the rim. Good board over by Towns. A bit of physicality around the second chance with Lively and Towns. Edwards collects his dribble a bit. Sizes up. Derrick Jones Jr. still with him. Bounces over to Reed. He'll blow by over Kyrie. Trying to kick out. Luka gets involved and falls flat over his shoulder. Hard. And he gets hit in the face over the fall. Punk-ass white boy. Trying to intercept. He gets an interception over the ball. Big shoulder bump he has with Towns. Over the kick out off Naz Reid. And you see right there. Shoulder to the face. But that's going to be no foul call. I'm joking. NFL rules in my mentality right now. I'm glad Kyrie's going to the finals. TV was hating. Yes, Swerve. He was getting hated on, especially over on the ESPN media a lot. And we get pushed over to the controversies because I'm sure you were live watching him when he was in Brooklyn, feeling like he didn't care about the team because he had his different way of approaching over the pandemic, knowing like he didn't want to take over the vaccine, and people were not doubting his dedication over in the team because he has his own health risks and wants to approach that by himself. Or when Boston wasn't working out for him because they were playing better without him, and if his impact wasn't really going to do anything, why play? And now that he's playing well where he can actually complement another great player, and they're playing good where they're just a game away from making it to the NBA Finals. They are literally minutes away to making it to an NBA Finals. They haven't made it since 2011. And now they want to be like, I can't say a bad thing about Kyrie Irving. For 3. Come on. Ridiculous. Just for the sake of, for everybody in sports media, Stephen A. Smith, shut the fuck up. Respectfully, of course. Just shut the fuck up. For God's sake, Stephen A. I think everybody, not only on TV, but the internet, wants Stephen A. Smith to shut the fuck up for one day. And for the life of me, Stephen A. Smith, respectfully, you need to stop talking whenever you're trying to make your rebuttal like LeBron James knows you like this. LeBron James won't even invite you to a parent-teacher conference. He won't invite you to a cookout. He won't invite you to Taco Tuesday. You don't know these guys. You'll only see them when it's TV related. That's it. You'll see them whenever there's a post-game interview. That's the only time you'll get an interaction with these gentlemen. It's like, I've known Kyrie Irving for a very long time, thinking that he wouldn't have dedication to the game after what happened over in Brooklyn. First of all, the lack of dedication to the game, the last person we talked to was Kyrie. Of course, Kevin Durant wants to win. Just circumstances always play a factor to Kevin Durant. Or Kyrie Irving. James Harden just doesn't give a shit. Come April, he's already thinking about what he's going to do with the max extension he gets. Like, fuck out of here. Stephen, hey, you got to take it like most of these athletes are your friends. You're not. You're not in their circle. You're not even over in the medium to even be called a journalist or an analyst. You're just a personality. You're an ESPN personality. You are literally YouTube thumbnails if they were highly publicized on TV with a shit New York radio show that you didn't even have. Now with a shit YouTube podcast that anybody barely watches unless you make your little presumptuous, pathological lying statement. That's some more bullshit that I know that ESPN is just pressing because they know they can't do adult content. More mature sport talk live. And of course, another game where Luka Doncic gets bruises and bumps to always make it to the playoff. Because, we cannot stop this guy? Kill him. We have to do this like the 90s. Like back in the day when we couldn't guard Jordan, we need to shoot him. Injure him. Corner 3 off PJ Washington, no good. Edwards has to size up over the jab. 92 to 113, 4 remaining. Kick out to McDaniels, over to Anderson. I swear, guys, you need to see the game live just for Kyle Anderson's game for jump shot, bro. It is pure weirdness. No offense to Kyle Anderson. He's a good player. Great player. But oh my God, that jump shot, that feels like I need to gangbang or something. Off the roll, conducts over the pump fake, jabs out for the lob attempt, lively off the jam. It's good for a two-handed dunk from the inside pass. That's an assist for Kyrie Irving. 115-92 with only 3.5 remaining here. Pump fake over Edwards. Anderson for 3, leaving him open. No respect for the jumper. It's no good. Rebound, and now it's a double-double off the boards. He already got like 40 points, bro. I called it's going to be a 40-point triple-dub since the first quarter. Double-double for Luka Doncic. Through the lane, he'll muscle over the pump fake, finding Lively in the aggressive jam. Is triple-doubles really stat padding? Unless it's garbage time. Because if you don't want the triple-double, you don't want the triple-double. It's not really going to play over a factor to you being an MVP. But, like, if you get that over a consistent basis where you can get boards and pass the ball and you can score above 25 points, that's not stat padding. You're just very good. No one's going to denounce that. Who doesn't want a guy that can conduct over a triple-double? That's more of a godsend than a guy that can drop 36 a game and you still lose. Like, come on. It's like saying you don't want a quarterback that can pass for 500 yards. Oh, God. We already got people doing Mavericks Timberwolves game 5 post live show. It's guys, it's not even 11 p.m. yet, and people are like, okay, let's get the live stream over with, man. This is dunzo. That's insanity. Timberwolves feeling like, oh, we got the game in our hands. We right back at it, man. We're gonna push this over to a game 7. Now that's too much bark for your bite. Just saying. Just saying. Maybe there was too much for them to chew. They came out shocking everybody, taking out the Suns because they had a super team, taking out the defending champions in 7. And now you're getting pimp slapped by a dynamic duo that weren't even projected to make it past the second round. McLaughlin hits over. Oh, now it's garbage time. I'm seeing players I barely see on the game. Yeah, hook, corner, bang, no good. Hey, but I'm not going to lie. Timberwolves should not be ashamed of themselves. Sure, they went off bad in the Western Conference Finals, but you guys haven't made the Western Conference Finals since 2004. My youngest brother's that age. Now, it's been nearly 20 years. You guys should be proud of yourselves. And you got a star in the making with Anthony Edwards. It's so many pieces to just change around with a good coach, with a great fan base that I got somebody to rely on. Then what was supposed to be Zach LaVine, Wiggins, and Towns, and now Towns is just not even a centerpiece. Oh, absolutely not. What a shot. Jesus Christ. You guys, come on. Hardy steps over behind the back. Ooh, and the 2 is good. 121. Oh, my God. This is going out sad, guys. Oh, my goodness. What a performance by both Kyrie Irving. Towns really stepped up aggressively, but I feel like the rotation just couldn't follow through. Flew off the wagon. Historic performance. Kyrie Irving just masterclass. Masterclass offensively, guys. My goodness. Kyrie, 36. Tribute. He was around half court, but he was getting pressed offensively. So he's going to just step back, shoot. That's it. 123 to 100 with only 35 seconds. I'm just going to wait in over the last buzzer. Anthony Edwards, prolific performance, historic playoff performance, historic playoff run for the Timberwolves, man. There's nothing but up. To make with the sacrifices you made to get Rudy Gobert, but knowing that you have an exciting player, it feels like they just need a more reliable offensive tick. Maybe Bruce Brown, because I know Bruce Brown's over on the Raptors. Is he on the Raptors still? Bruce Brown, you get a defending champion. Maybe Klay Thompson off over a pick or a few future assets. There could be some rotation players, maybe DeMar DeRozan. $35 seconds remaining. And that's good off the line. 35.7 seconds. 124 to 100. Not 100. 100. They trail over back after a 40-point deficit. 3 off the bank shot. It's good off whoever. Whatever. However, it's a 3. And now the Mavericks are going. They are going. And it's going. The Wolves are going home. They're staying home because this was home court for them. But the Mavericks, with 5 seconds remaining, will walk off a shot off the buzzer. Western Conference champion since 2007, since 2011. Kyrie's back to the NBA Finals since 2018 with the Cleveland Cavaliers, making it now on new colors. Luka Doncic's first trip to the NBA Finals. Towns, y'all got nothing to be ashamed of. You guys have nothing to be ashamed of. Making it all this far with such a young, exciting squad. Outstanding by Towns, being uplifting, knowing that Towns tried his damnedest, playing more aggressive late into the series when the rotation just feels like they were barely playing. Luka, what a fucking monster. This is going to be probably the most unpredictable series, knowing how insane how the Celtics are going to still adjust, knowing that Porzingis is returning back. I don't know if he's going to be a primordial X factor. And shout out to Kyrie, man. Shout out to Kyrie. Also, he had dropped 36. He was outstanding. Congratulations to the Dallas Mavericks. Hate to say it, Timberwolves. Better luck next year, but you guys were outstanding. This whole playoff run, doing a lot of stuff that most people wouldn't expect possible. We're gonna cut off the stream here. Thanks for being here. Shout out to Swerve. Shout out to any of you guys that came over to at least view over the commentary. Shout out to John J that was here. That's it for me. Like, comment, subscribe for more here on the DST show for further content. That's it for me.